And welcome to the Steamed Ham Cast. Today we're going to talk about Albany expressions.
Yeah, steamed hams, patented Skinner burgers.
Wow, I'm from Utica. I never heard of that one.
Oh, not in Utica. Anyways, welcome to...
At what point does upstate New York become Maine?
Once you get past Massachusetts and all the other...
Where does Massachusetts become Maine?
Oh, as soon as you go past the border and coastal cities and then just go and run into a sea of trees and mooses. And at that point, even Canada and America don't know where the border is between Canada and Maine.
When does England become my city?
Never. You're not an Englishman.
Okay, but anyway, welcome to the Steamed Ham Cast. Actually, never mind. Start over. Start the song right.
Skinner and his crazy ex... Oh, wait, wrong one.
Start the music right. Anyway, welcome to Sonic the Hedgehog, the musical. Start the music right.
Oh. I wasn't playing the Mega Man X one again.
Anyway, welcome to Taviradio.
Do a monologue!
Alright. There's a lot of climate change going on. But when is Life and Jones going to do an underwear change?
What?
That's it. Get off me. I will break you very much.
Alright.
Welcome to Taviradio SatAM, episode 11. This time we're numbering them, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Like the nostalgia kids would always say, I remembered, so you don't have to.
Is that really a thing, though?
I mean, how else do you end up on this page? You gotta type it in sometime. Unless you know
I don't
Doug
know.
Walker.
I don't know anything about the movie Milk Money, in which, except that Melanie Griffith plays a sex worker who is bribed and paid by children to, see naked, and she ends up in a relationship with Ed Harris, I think. That's all I know about it.
Anyway, let's not talk
But in the
about
90s, that was charming.
In Japan, that is still charming. But we'll talk about inappropriate relationship with little boys and adult women later on in the cast. We got 3 topics for you today.
All right.
One involving dragons. One involving
the forbidden topic, which we're breaking because this is a new year and something big has happened with the forbidden topic.
New year, new problems, and we're going to talk about that.
But let's start off with something positive. Tav and I,
it's new segment. The year.
Yeah, here's a new segment. What is Tav and like and watching?
Check 6. I'll tell you what I'm watching.
My weight.
No, I was going to say watching 45 minutes straight off porn. But enough of my recommendations. Let's talk about the other recommendations. Movie of the year. I'm already going to call it now. Paddington 2.
If you have children, if you haven't drowned your inner child in alcohol and cigarettes,
and just want to see a good movie in general,
want to see a good, clean family movie that doesn't rely on fart jokes or really any kind of raunchy humor, but is still funny and charming and cute and everything that is pure, watch Paddington 2, man. That was a movie. The end. It's a movie. Watch Paddington 2. It's a movie.
I don't want to spoil it because I want people to go watch this movie because those godforsaken. But here's the thing: it's only been out for a while. If you want to talk technical, because our one listener in Europe has probably already seen it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Paddington, please watch it. You've had time.
And don't worry, no, Harvey Weinstein didn't touch any kids in this one.
Oh yeah, we're in good.
Did he touch kids?
No, he was. I don't want that. Don't
worry, he didn't. There was women respect in this movie. Paddington respects his aunt a lot.
Yeah. Oh, his aunt is his biggest source of influence here, man. You know, she's oh, my auntie said to do this and that. And
through the power of his aunt and his own goodwill, he tames these unruly criminals.
Is that a spoiler?
No. That happens midway through the movie.
Yeah, I guess in the trailer. I mean, no spoilers here, but there's a lot of capers. There's a lot of good emotional scenes.
A lot of marmalade.
A lot of marmalade. I learned a lot about marmalade. In fact, I want to kind of utilize the recipe.
Yo, Big with Babish.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Paddington style marmalade. Let's get on the episode.
Yeah, please.
Dress up like a bear.
If you, yeah. I'd watch that episode.
Actually, no, his forearms are pretty hairy already.
He's kind of a bear already, isn't he? He's kind of a bear of a man.
Not on top of the head. But
it's alright. But yeah, man, if you enjoy good, clean fun, then this is it, man. But if you don't, and if you enjoy good, dirty fun, that's fine. Make some room in your life for something clean. You need to, everyone needs to go on a cleanse every now and then. I think a good movie cleanse is required.
I feel like, here's the thing.
We're not asking you to go to pureflix.com and watch a Christian movie. Watch Kirk Cameron Saves Christmas.
Listen up. You want to feel bad? Watch Paddington and then go home and realize that you're a grown man, and then spend 45 minutes looking for your porn and then fall asleep midway through because you cannot find the one you're looking for because your friend gave you the wrong recommendation. And you cannot find the full 45 minutes, only the minute trailer.
Those are real problems, real life problems. We're here to talk about real life problems.
That's second world problems.
Second world?
Not third world, not first world. It's not bad enough. It's not petty enough to be first world. It's not bad enough to be third world. Second world problems.
It's the second. I would even say that the second world suffers more than the third or the fourth. Hey, fourth world problems. You want to know what those are?
What are those?
Dealing with fucking Darkseid and his whole deal, New Gods. Jack Kirby's fourth, whatever. Fourth world. Okay, first, hold on. First, no. Here he goes. First world problems. Oh no, my remote control's too far away from me.
Third world problems.
Second world problems. No, I can't find the right porn video. Third world problems. I don't have enough to eat or feed my family. Fourth world problems.
Oh
I am
no,
many things, Kal-El, but here I am God. Michael Ironside shows up as Darkseid to wreck your planet. That's fourth world problems, man. They got.
Do you think they're going to voice him in the new stuff, or who do you think would be Darkseid in general?
I don't know, man.
Some movies, but anyway, Paddington 2, can't spoil much. The Weinsteins didn't touch this. Great movie. We should support more European stuff.
If this is what we're getting from Europe, if we're getting some good, clean fun with good, inventive visuals and a lot of fucking heart, and a movie that doesn't really judge people.
This movie flexes on how good it looks by having a scene where Paddington brushes off the water from his fur, and you just see every particle move. I literally whispered over and said, "That's them flexing the animation."
Yeah, it's good CGI fur, man. Another good thing about it, aside from like all the heart, it's not judgmental. Paddington goes to prison. I mean, this movie's pretty much Paddington goes to prison. It's like Ernest goes to jail.
or Freddy got fingered.
Yeah. But anyways, Paddington goes to prison. He immediately wants to make friends with everybody.
He has no ill will even against a person who was messing with him in the beginning.
Yeah, and like he doesn't judge anybody. He sees good in everyone, and he's an optimist and he has hope. And that ultimately wins everyone over and why everyone wants to be his friends.
Sure,
except for that one asshole who lives on the street who always disliked them. Who's played by now former Doctor Peter Capaldi.
I like the fact that the chef even says these hands were made for cooking, and Paddington just tells him, no, they were made from marmalade.
Yeah.
And that just puts him in good spirits.
He makes he brings out the good in everybody. In fact, I kind of wish that most prisons were like. I mean, if I went to this prison, I would never want to leave. I'd be institutionalized right away. But if some of my homeboy,
he's also willing to do his time too.
I'm pretty sure. Like the other thing too is like I'm pretty sure like after Paddington like helped perform that prison. Spoilers. He.
It's not much of a spoiler to happen.
Pretty much. I'm pretty sure, like, all those prisoners had their sentences commuted because they all got off on good behavior.
I mean, remember... I can't spoil that. But here's the thing. Heck, the warden would read them bedtime stories.
Yep, that's how good it got. It's a good time. Good time had by all.
I had a good time. I had a really good time.
So, yeah,
honestly, but here's the thing. Not everything's good, but not everything European is good. Illumination's French.
That's true.
I mean... The one to reiterate, but Illumination, everybody knows that one. The only good Illumination movie, probably Despicable Me, 2 is my favorite one, personally.
2 is pretty good.
Even though people say like these movies keep getting worse by the minute.
3's not that bad. I kind of
didn't see 3 yet.
Oh, three's pretty good. There's an arc I don't care for. There's a character arc in that movie that I feel is unearned.
How do you earn a character arc?
Well, okay. There's a character arc that reaches its resolution that I think is completely unearned. Like it's just like this made like you crossed the line here, son. And I don't care for this. Also, it's kind of good to see the South Park guys trying to pick up a paycheck to pay for their declining show.
Remember when Drew almost just shot him in the freaking face?
He was gonna murder that guy. He had an intent to murder right there. But again, he's got a license to kill.
Drew was about to bust a cap in his head.
Ah, girls! They placed my blaster. I was gonna shoot this guy. He was going to be missing a face and a soul for the rest of his life.
My God. But anyway, Sing was a good Illumination movie.
I liked it. I liked it more than Zootopia. Zootopia, I think it's...
Hey, dickheads on the 4chan. You think he's all about Tumblr? You just diss Zootopia.
Well, Zootopia, I dislike because I think once you break down its...
Personally, I'm feeling Arby's.
Personally, I'm thinking Arby's. No, thank you, Brent Daniel, for that. But no, like, my problem with Zootopia is that the message it's trying to say loops. It's the horseshoe effect, where it's like, we're trying to be so progressive that we accidentally end up being racist again. Because, like, its parallels for, like, race relations fails so much when you take into account the fact that the predators are essentially a stand-in for marginalized people. And when you consider that how white people have characterized people of color as animal-like and animalistic and savage, that's fucked up, Zootopia.
Why are the black people apes? Why are the obviously black people apes or scary monsters?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Well, I mean,
at least
wait. Idris Elba voices a water buffalo, though.
Never mind. But at least we're seeing the apes were British people, were British thieves.
Yeah.
Cockney
thieves. Oh, I have no son.
Hey, that's my son.
That's my son!
He breaks out of prison.
That's a good scene.
To see his son.
My only qualm with Sing, even though I think it has the funniest scene in the entire history of like animation all the time.
People don't appreciate the scene.
No, okay, I fucking love the scene when they have the car wash because it's like a scene that becomes like I have to resort to this. This is me at my lowest point, and then his buddy jumps in.
I feel like and then really good
and then
scene
it goes from
adults.
a moment of like pure tragedy and like, oh man, these are lower points too. No,
that's a good scene in general because kids will like it because you see these animals just washing the car.
It's so goofy
with their
looking.
bodies, but
adults who have
the context, the adults will understand and maybe relate to too much.
I know I did.
Come on, you guys don't relate to the fact that you've ever hit your low so far you start washing a car with your hairy body. I know.
All right, here are my top 3 reasons why I think Sing is better than Zootopia. Number 1, Sing doesn't waste everyone's fucking time with world building. All the winter people, all the winter animals live on the winter side. All the small mammals have their own. What is this segregated community here?
Yeah,
Sing has none of that. Everybody,
it's so equal.
Integrated, yeah.
It's so integrated and equal. The fish even have their own way up a flight of stairs.
Yeah, they all have to salmon ladder their way up there, but that's cool. They still get a chance to interact with, air breathing animals.
Yeah.
Reason number 2.
Technically, everybody should be making fun of the mouse character.
Yeah.
He's small. Everybody treats him like he's an equal.
Yeah.
Everybody treats each other equally.
Well, all the small mammals in Zootopia are treated pretty equally, but again, everything's so fucking segregated that it's just like...
Yeah,
it's like, oh no, we got a big animal, now it's like a kaiju movie. Yeah, so like one...
In Scene's world, it's just like, oh, big animal, that's just a normal guy. That's just Steve down the street.
2, it doesn't fail its whatever it's trying to... I mean, yes, the movie relies on a dumb old cliche of like, just believe in your dreams, you can achieve them. It's like, yeah, that's good.
Hey, but it's told good.
Yeah, but I mean, I would prefer that over like the horseshoe mixed messaging of progressiveness that Zootopia is trying to put out there. That's number 2. Number 3, I just kind of like the characters in Zootopia are just kind of more relatable and likable.
Nick and Judy are okay, but like,
I mean, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. Zootopia has plucky Disney characters, obviously. Sing has, for me, like more realistic characters. Yeah, they have. I mean, they're like people who are struggling, people who are in the red. Financially, you know, like I mean, Buster Moon. He's trying to get his theater back up. He's a man who loves the theater, who's willing to put really crappy, pretentious art shows in his theater, but he loves it because of what the theater means to him. Also, the opening scene of that movie is phenomenal, and I wish we saw more of it. His best friend is a slacker rich kid who lives in his pool house.
And realize he has a love for theater production.
Yeah.
His assistant is this half blind iguana lady.
Yes, I like her. She's pretty cool. There's a mouse crooner played by Seth MacFarlane, in a role pretty much written for him. Reese Witherspoon as
a mother of 20 piglets. It's Terumo's mom.
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon as Terumo's mother.
She has like her arc is like, man, I'm so happy that she also has one of like that she like, you know, I mean, like for me it all feels kind of satisfying to see these characters have their arcs completed.
My favorite one was the gorilla.
I know. For me, but also has a character in the one character in the movie who has his shit together, Gunther.
I love how he is the poster animal of the movie, and that's because he's the one who's the most.
He knows what he's about.
He knows what he wants.
Also, when are you ever gonna get a movie where a bunch of red pandas are a was it K-pop or J-pop?
They were J-pop.
They were J-pop, or a bunch of
J-pop.
J-pop.
They were singing a Hatsune Miku song.
Yes. So it's already that's number 3. Like I said, number 3. I think the characters are better, more likable. Yes, they rely on cliches, but I think
Disney forgot one community, the weeaboos.
Mm-hmm.
Sing didn't forget a community.
Every character for me is interesting in Sing. Like there's a camel who's an opera singer who just hangs out wearing.
There's a buffalo singing a very inappropriate song.
Yeah, I'll say this: the auditions for me are.
My lady. She's my butterfly.
You're my butterfly, sugar baby. Yeah, I will say this: the audition scene is pretty cringy, but I think it's on purpose. I think kids.
Scene didn't have a lot of fart jokes in it.
Not really. It's.
I mean, with the buffalo. That's what buffaloes are.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty good, and like I said, there's some things that's just like, oh man, like for me, the only flaw in this movie is that it shouldn't have been a movie, it should have been a miniseries.
Honestly, like
it should have been like a Netflix miniseries where you have like more time to devote to these characters and properly flesh them out, because I think all of them are really interesting. Like I want to know what Gunther's about.
I feel like having a miniseries of pure Gunther is a little too much though.
Not a pure. I mean, obviously he's a character, but we have some side scenes where we get to see maybe an episode devoted to his home life.
Also, if this was a Disney movie, Gunther would have cut what's her face's husband.
Oh yeah, Reese Witherspoon's. Yeah. I'm glad they didn't go. See, Illumination knows how to hold back. And then remember, this is the same year they had A Secret Life of Pets, which is Toy Story for pets.
Again, not a movie not a lot of people liked. I didn't like it too much.
Yeah, my girlfriend loves it. We have it at home on Blu-ray. And I think it's a fine movie.
Blu-ray, DVD, watch it now.
There's a lot of good scenes in Secret Life of Pets. Specifically, the joke about Ricky, the most dangerous, thuggish member of their animal rebellion, who was a duck. Rest in peace, Ricky.
But here's the thing: Sing had Russian mafia bears.
That's actually one stereotype that they fulfilled.
But anyway, enough of Sing, enough of all this. Watch more European movies.
One of my favorite jokes from Sing is, I mean, comes at a very low point for a character. This is the point in the movie where all the main characters have reached their low point. Which is when Scarlett Johansson's Porcupine character realizes her boyfriend's pretty much left her, and she's trying to sing "Call Me Maybe" while she's in the middle of she's trying to cry, and it's a pretty sad scene and pretty pathetic. And then Buster's only reaction is like, "Oh man, I wouldn't call either." Oh man, I wouldn't want to call her either. I wouldn't want to call after that.
I like how her crisis is kind of ongoing a bit.
Yeah.
But it's mostly just...
Wow, this became... We talked about this...
Well, European movies in general. Watch that new Wallace and Gromit made movie.
Oh, yes, Early Man, please.
Watch Early Man.
That looks pretty good. I mean, we need more stop motion. I have some qualms with Laika. Like, I was not a big fan of Kubo. I thought it was beautiful to look at, but narratively, I was not feeling it. I'm sorry. I don't know what you guys on Tumblr are seeing.
I don't know. I thought it was okay, and then watching the theater, thought it was fine. Watched it the second time when it came out on home media.
Yeah.
Realized this movie's it's trying to do way too much.
Oh, that's exactly it. That's my problem. Like, the narrative, it tries too much, and then it doesn't know when to do anything. You know, like for example, there's a scene where the bug samurai character dives down to get food, and then he gets lost and then he's just out of the picture for like. What was the point of this? What? And then the big reveal is just like, it feels so. I mean, it felt telegraphed, but also not cathartic at all.
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty cathartic about this right now. I forget what that means.
Cathartic means like like closure. You know, like it felt good. You know.
Well, I'm feeling cathartic about these European movies. Watch more European produced movies. Support our American stuff, I guess.
I mean, we're going to support it anyways because we live in America.
Speaking of American stuff, for the voice of Ferdinand, John Cena might be Duke Nukem.
I saw that.
I want this to be reality. But anyway, moving on. What's your next topic?
Step right up and get some. I'm gonna rip out your eyes and piss in your brain.
I feel like if it was Duke Nukem, it's him going back. It's him returning his heel.
Oh, but then those kids. Do you think those kids?
He rips off the suit, and you just see his long shirt come out, his chains.
Oh no, he's gonna drop the 5-knuckle shuffle with the chain. He's playing dirty now.
Honestly, if he turned heel and Duke Nukem was announced, I'd be okay with that. I think good Cena shouldn't be hung up. I think good Cena should go for a bit. I think we should see Darth Cena, Shadow the Cena Hog.
Yeah. Shadow the Cena Hog. Cena the Hedgehog.
Yes, we should see Cena the Hedgehog.
I'm pretty sure John Cena the Hedgehog is a thing you can Google right now.
Dog control. The dynamics control. You mean the Chaos Emeralds.
Moving on. So,
what's your next topic?
Next topic. So, there is a forbidden topic we talk about.
I've alluded to it.
We've alluded to it many times. And here's the thing. Here on the Taviradio podcast, SatAM edition, we love to talk about cosplayers, mostly in how it's very turbulent.
Day 49 of Momoko's still banned from Twitter.
Is she?
She's been banned.
No, but is she still banned?
Quick Momoko update. Momoko's still banned from Twitter. Day 49. I stopped counting, but it's day 49 in my book. An update.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been banned.
So, another cosplayer, another low rent.
Say that again.
Another cosplayer who has a small following, but is still pretty small time.
My dream guest for any Taviradio, even Mule Boy.
Yeah, someone I would want to meet just to know that they're real and they exist in this world, because
John Cash Hurt. You must know they're real.
Yeah, is Invader Noodles. She is a cosplayer on Instagram. She has a Patreon. I followed her for quite some time, mostly because you click on one sexy cosplayer on Instagram, and you get them all. They also show up in your search suggestions.
We got all the flavors here.
Yeah, taco, burrito, mayonnaise.
Yeah, pretty much everything.
Churro.
every time you click on a cosplayer.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So she kept showing up, but not only in cosplays, but also in her like normal weird Oregon selfies that she has. And this is back, and I followed her back during her early days, which are very cringy. She's still cringy now,
Very much so.
but she started off as this like cosplayer with a lot of promise because she built a lot. She actually built stuff out of like paper mache and like plaster. That was like a big deal, like big builds. I mean, sure, they don't look great, but she fucking tried, and that's what matters.
There was also a big build when Deer Simulator built that Jilly Jiggler mask. That was a big build, and no one ever gave him praise on Instagram.
Yeah, it's true. He's never posted it. That's why.
I still have it in the garage.
Good. So yeah, so she started off as on Instagram with a lot of promise as a cosplayer who looked like she wanted to like be taken seriously. And then she started posting more pictures of her. Like, I mean, okay, let me rewind here. So she starts off as like a cosplayer who wants to be taken seriously with all these big builds and a lot of effort put into some of her projects, you know.
That's okay.
But she's still in between, you know, her cosplay photos. She takes some selfies, and they seem a little off because one, it's very clear she's trying to like be sexy, but she's kind of under. I think at this point she's still kind of underage.
Something I'm glad that she doesn't do anymore that I saw the end of was when she would put like she'd put like very jailbaity tags.
Oh, she still does.
She still does? I thought it wasn't this common.
No, it's
maybe I'm not
she's
considering my tags.
no, because she comments. She puts the tags in like a second comment. That's why.
Oh, nudes! Come on.
She puts feet in her tags. Actually, I'll get to the Patreon thing in a bit. So, anyways.
Feet from holes.
But one thing I noticed, because this is part of the reason that like got me interested in following this saga of hers, was how weird her like
Bust was.
No, just how weird her body seemed shaped, and I realized like no one's body is that hourglassy, and I realized like she's photoshopping her body, and
no one looks at a Street Fighter 5 story portrait.
Yeah, no one looks like they were drawn by Bengus, you know. But
that's Bengus with the B emoji.
Bengus. So right off the bat, like some of her pictures, which a lot of the early ones were very blurry and badly taken and soft focused, and
I mean,
again to hide the Photoshop. And also, this is that it appeared when she had this weird thing with her fake eyelashes, where she would take the lower ones and not put them directly where they would go, but instead go slightly underneath it to make her eyes look a little bigger. But these fake eyelashes were like so badly put on, they kind of looked like spider's legs. So they were really gross looking. She stopped that right away, though.
Spider-Man, friend or foe? Michael Jones, friend or foe? No. Anyway.
That's still my favorite video of all time.
Anyway, back to Noodles. She's evolved, but not in a good Pokemon type
okay,
way.
So here's the way. I mean, from what I understand, based on the narrative that I've seen from like threads on the internet about her and some insider information, which is weird to say. I guess she started stepping up her game as soon as she turned legal, which is disturbing to think that like once upon a time she was trying to tout herself. She was trying to show herself off on the internet like that. But then again, it's pretty common when they're teenagers.
Listen, guys, don't ever use the if she's 16, I'm 16. Do you think Bill Cosby thought that way? If she's 47, I'm 47. The man was 63. Come on.
Stop it. Doesn't matter. Bill Cosby's career is ruined after he ruined all those women.
America's greatest.
That's why somebody graffitied Bill Cosby on like down the street from where I live.
Bill Cosby, that goddamn guy, get him down. I gotta go.
All right. I guess it's another like. I guess I'll just continue talking about Invader Noodles here.
Oh, hold on.
Well, anyways,
listen. Wait.
Anyway, so I guess as soon as she turned legal, she started stepping up her sexy Instagram posts a game a bit more, which is weird, but I guess whatever. If that's your thing, fine. But also her quality in cosplay started taking a nosedive. Because she went from, like, amateur cosplayer working with, like, Michael's level, like, Michael's arts and crafts level of, like, materials to...
You could go to Joann's.
Yeah, or Joann's even. Like, just anything that she could find that was easily accessible and that she doesn't have to spend a lot of money on, which seems to be the main theme with her. Which is like cheap cosplays, or if it's not cheap, she makes it cheap because she does not take care of it.
She literally just throws her wigs in a pile in her dirty room.
Her room is a filth
her
mess.
Her rooms are so dirty. When her parents are out of the house, she uses their room to take pictures.
There's no other excuse for it or explanation. I mean, except for that she's relying on a quotation marks professional photographer from Instagram to take more professional-looking photos, which is fine because she's stepping up her lewd game.
Noodles, I'm a professional. Come on, professional filmmaker. You ever seen my 3-hour courtroom drama about Kisragi and his Umu crimes? It's on the same level of the Nuremberg trials.
Anyways, so she starts there, and then Then there's a nosedive in quality, suddenly the cosplays are getting smaller. She starts focusing more on doing lewds, as in like emulating what Jessica Negri and Momokun and every lewd cosplayer out there is doing. So we're talking about like sets, but again we're talking low rent. So what she does is she designates a corner in her room, puts up a couple of like bed sheets, and then spreads around like various props that are marginally related to a character or to a season. We're talking about a person who, when she does holiday-related shoots, go well past beyond. We're talking about Christmas-themed holiday shoots into February, and we're talking about...
Guys, don't you like my Christmas-themed Mercury? Is it a Mercury that came out in October?
Yeah, we're talking stuff like that. You know, it's a bad show. And again, we're like just seeing her go from like... You know, I mean, the thing, like, going from, like, do you like my cleavage? She's like
at Walmart. She's already putting holiday decorations in October.
Yeah. Like, it's pretty much, like, going from, like, her main appeal, which is...
sex.
Sex, but, like, her cleavage, she's very obsessed with her breasts and trying to keep an hourglass figure that she does not have.
She likes to allude and trick us into thinking that she has a big rack.
In fact, I'll get to that in a bit. But in fact, like, she's so obsessed with having like this typical bombshell body, like this perfect hourglass figure, that when a cosplay blogger on YouTube made a video criticizing about how lewd cosplays are essentially kind of ruining cosplays, which we've covered on this show before. She actually took to her Instagram and did a bunch of posts denouncing him and saying that, because the way she understood it, because she's not very smart, is that
denounce a fat man and his werewolf companion. See how low you are.
Like she denounced him because the way she understood it was that this guy had a bias, had a prejudice against people with hourglass figures. That like he was against big boobs and small waists and big hips. That like he just had it out for them, that they're ruining stuff. And she thought he was body shaming women like her, or what she thinks she is.
This is kind of weird.
I know.
But anyway, let's move on to the main course. I feel like you already brought out your accoutrements, your appetizers.
Yeah,
beverage.
so she went from like amateur, like a high school, like pretty much. I mean, she looks like a high schooler starting out in cosplay with all these big ambitions.
Oh my god! Remember Cat Rabbit cosplays?
Yeah,
they started in high school.
Yeah, and
they got way better.
That's because she doesn't want to shell out for any like good material. She doesn't take care of the material she has. But again, she had ambitions. Then she started going into lewds and more sexier cosplays, more provocative cosplays. There's just some things I've seen.
The further you get, the deeper you go, and
yeah.
now look where we are.
And
now.
then eventually the Patreon came up. She started seeing the minor success that her Patreon had.
Minor.
Yes, and then within like the span of a year of going of like a year or two before, where she was a small time wannabe big cosplayer. She pretty much decided I'm gonna go start doing lewds, more lingerie shoots, more wasting food. Even though I say I'm vegan, yeah, I know. There's a lot of like hypocrisy and bad stuff behind the scenes with her.
I was vegan too. I still am. I have falafel.
Actually, that's not bad.
Falafel's not vegan, but guys, they are not.
Falafel's made out of chickpeas.
Fried animal fat.
Whatever.
Lard.
That's the best part of the fat.
When I was a lad and I ate lard, and now that I'm grown, I eat
barber.
But now that I'm grown, I have to talk about Invader Noodles posting undesirable pictures on her Patreon.
So she made the leap. Most cosplayers
don't allude to the leap.
Like they tease this out. A lot of them will just straight out say I do lewds, I don't do nudes. A lot of them have done a good job of holding on to that. Some of them will only do like partial nude, but will never show anything. And we're talking about like hand bra action, which is what she's been doing lately. Also, we're talking about a girl who goes onto a graveyard and desecrates people's final resting places with her disgusting mismatching underwear.
John does the same thing. Shelton Vodka was a graveyard. Why do you think we didn't consider it part of Bumbleville?
Yeah, true. It's just, there's a lot of despicable things she does in the service of like fan service. But she jumped the shark. She finally crossed over into a section that very few cosplayers actually will do, and that's she does nudes now.
Even like the lewd provocative cosplayers, they don't do this because, of course, there's an air to mystery,
Yeah, you want to leave something to the imagination. That's how you keep them coming back.
That's how I keep coming back.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know how successful like cosplayers who actually do full nudity are. I imagine if they have any degree of success, it's because right off the bat they're going to provide a service that is not provided by some cosplayers. Again, this is how capitalism works. If something doesn't exist, you make it exist and you charge for it.
Called cafes.
Yeah. There's a bunch of like erotic cosplayers or just like straight up like adult model cosplayers who do the research and actually put effort and work into their cosplays before they start boning down on a dildo that looks like a leak, Again, anime stuff.
Oh, I don't like anime, but keep going.
Anyways,
let's talk about the issue at hand.
So nudes.
Before I put that hand somewhere else.
So Noodles has pretty much done that. She decided
So I take her namesake and post some nudes.
Yeah. And here's the interesting thing, though. It's like, because my expectation with some of these cosplayers who do lewds is just like, they're either never going to do it in order to keep fans coming back to have that, air of mystery. I wonder what their nips look like. They're just covering it up with their hands. They could, I don't know, one day.
Listen up,
one
boys.
day.
I'm going to say this right now.
The teasing is a lot.
Listen up, boys. These videos get like about 70, 60 views per thing. If each one of you who listens to it donates to my PayPal at least $1, I can afford the Invader Noodles nude set, and I will share it with you. First, I'll print them out, but second, I'll share them with you. Okay? So, send down to my PayPal.
Yeah, she's gonna. If you do that, she'll do a DMCA if she's smart, which is what Nigri does.
She's not smart.
Well, yeah. Anyways,
man's not hot.
So yeah, she's doing that now, and again, it came as a shock because she always said, "I'll never nudes."
I won't show the prints in videos. I'll be like, I got them.
I hate to be someone who like judges women's bodies, which I technically have been doing a lot with some of these cosplayers. But I mean, if I do it, it's because
let's talk about like in Jones's misinterpretation of the fact that her nudes aren't even that good, and how she's been lying to us, where she's not as busty as we thought.
I mean, we all sort of knew because the evidence has always been there. I mean, who puts on a double bra and squishes their breasts to the point where like
she wore an extra,
like she could get sores?
She wore a bra that's also a push-up bra that's a size too small, and then wore a bra with the size that she wants
over it to like create that illusion. Again, old Negri effect pre-breast implants.
But what happens if Negri post implants in it?
Well, that's what we get now. I mean, anyways, she can afford. She spends all her money on liposuction.
Give me a liposuction.
At Momo-kun, pay for my liposuction.
Hey guys, I've lost 150 pounds in one day. You follow my new diet. I've been working out.
Thanks.
Sexy Chun-Li. Post-workout Chun-Li.
Check out my centaur legs. Check out my satyr legs.
Check out my satyr. Just the fact that it looked like Xavier Renegade Angel.
Anyways, so she, I guess like for me, like the thing is, first off, the shock that she finally did it, and then two, it's just like, I guess the kind of disappointment. I mean, I always knew that she was photoshopping her body to a point where it was unrealistic, but like, never like this. It's just like, wow, you were normal all along. I guess that's cool, but like, all these years, or not all, I guess I'll exaggerate to all these years. All these years of like saying how you have an hourglass figure and like giant anime titties, and you're just a normal girl with a camera and a bathtub filled of red Kool-Aid water.
I think I can sum this up with a quote from Hellbenders. Got nice titties for a little boy.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like,
what if everyone was at your trap a whole time?
No, if you've seen her in any bikini, you would know she's not.
Cups exist.
No, like those bikini bottoms leave nothing to the imagination. I'm talking about like almost a half an inch of skin.
Listen up. Anybody can knock them back in the socket and literally just put their dick up to their butt, stretch them out like up to the butt. That's how drag queens do it.
I know that because I know about drag queen culture, but what nudes does is like not possible with that.
Well, I'm gonna be honest about this one and say that she's actually attractive. She's pretty gay. The Oregon water turned her gay. Like a fraud. She's a fraud. She's a fraud.
Again, it's just it's just shocking because it's like I mean but here's the thing. I mean, I guess it is a success because now her Patreon's doubled. She's making $8,000, and which she said she's gonna spend on like costumes. She's not gonna make herself. Obviously, she's gonna just buy them because her narrative of like as a cosplayer goes from like someone who worked hard to make these janky looking cosplays
to now someone who makes janky looking cosplays but obviously has the budget to go further.
Yeah, and will only buy them. She won't put in the time to make them because the big bad thing about Noodles as a cosplayer is that
it's like, why would Goku fight Golden Frieza at base form if he can just go Super Saiyan Blue and kill him again?
Yeah.
Why would Noodles get all this money and not make a better cosplayer or pay someone to make a better cosplayer?
Well, that's what she's doing. She's just gonna. Well, okay, she's not gonna pay someone to make a better.
So who would win? Base form.
Okay. I'll take that back. She did pay someone to make a better cosplay only because she was buying someone else's cosplay that they weren't going to use anymore. She found this Russian cosplayer who was selling some of her old costumes. She bought it, modified it, and then chose not to credit this person. And then when the word got out, she did credit, but only saying the hat and the dress were made by this person. And then I added this. She put a whole laundry list of things that she modified, which only made the cosplay worse, by the way.
But in the end, who would win in a fight? Base form Noodles or Super Saiyan Nigri?
Super Saiyan Nigri. Base form Noodles can't do anything. Also, base form Noodles would let Nigri murder her. If it meant that she could get some more hits.
Who'd win? Great Ape Momoku or Super Saiyan God? Super Saiyan Nigri.
I think Momokun would let
Golden Great Ape Momokun versus Super Saiyan God.
Momokun
Nigri.
Actually, that's a good one because I wonder if Momokun would let. I mean, I know Noodles would let Nigri murder her in a heartbeat if it meant meeting her idol. But Momokun, if she murders Nigri, then she gets her. One, she goes up in infamy. Two, oh my god, this is an awful story. I just realized that I took your Dragon Ball Z fight and turned it into a murder mystery in which Momokun goes crazy best friend fangirl, murders Jessica Nigri, uses the infamy to cosplay from prison and get more people to follow her.
That's my question of the day, fellas. Who'd win in the fight? Super Saiyan 4 Momokun versus Super Saiyan God Blue Super Saiyan Jessica Nigri?
Well, I think Nigri would win, but the Momokun's a sneaky bitch, so she would probably find a way to stab her in the back.
They'll listen.
She would try to pull a Frieza after he'd been defeated by Goku, and then Nigri would be like, "Oh fuck you," and probably destroy
or
Maria.
Or Momokun knows the fusion dance and fuses with
Vamplet, her best friend that she abuses.
Yes.
That's sad. When your best friend is a better...
They become Momo Vamplet, or Momoplet. And
that's a disgusting word.
They go Super Saiyan 4 Momoplet. And then they have
to
fight.
What's a worse word? What's a worse name? Vamokun or Momoplet?
Momoplet. because when Goku and Vegeta do... what was it? Vamploon?
Vamplet.
No, Vamploon. What was the other one?
Oh, Vamokun.
Vamokun is when they use Potaro fusion. Fusion dance is when is Momoplet.
Yeah.
But then here's the thing. But then for backup, they got Super Saiyan Grade 3, the Swole One, Invader Noodles, as their assist.
She's not even in their league, man. Like
exactly.
It's mostly like
Super Saiyan 3 Invader Noodles.
It's mostly like it's mostly people like Christian Huey and I mean, there's a whole bunch of other cosplayers who are in the same league as Nigri, but they're all Nigri knockoffs, though. Anybody who's blonde with real or fake enormous breasts are almost 100% trying to like copy Nigri. So, which is just like, I mean, at this point, like I think cosplayers who are willing to do, or even like crossover people, like an anime fan who's also like an adult model, like they could make a lot more money by pretty much providing something that like lewd cosplayers don't provide, which is like I will actually do cam shows and like do all sorts of like pornographic things as a with an accurate cosplay that is like relevant to the character for X amount of money, and they would pay for that, and you would get it. Because for God's sakes, hentai exists, but when you get live action hentai, that's a commodity that is yet to be really touched, you know.
When are you gonna get a tentacle monster in real life, Rafa? And Jod?
What?
When are we gonna get a tentacle monster in real life, Jod?
You do know there are dildos that are in the shape of tentacles, right?
We're sponsored by Bad Dragon. I'll look them up.
Bad Dragon has a lot of them. I mean, I think they're the ones with the leak dildo too. When you've seen a woman dressed up like Toro go to town on herself with a leak dildo, you know, and goes the extra mile of not only having like the horns but also the dragon contacts, something that she doesn't need. Won't even like people won't even see, but matters to the point where she even like. Puts makeup to have like the kind of like anime blushing on her face.
That's more commitment than Invader Noodles.
That's more commitment than most lewd cosplayers.
Man.
And we're talking about like there is a market for live action hentai. We just need either adult models to admit that they're weeaboos and do it, because there's a fucking market for it. And you could show that, I can do cosplay.
That market's got a friend in me and my wallet.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like, here's the thing. I have more respect for adult models who do.
Because they know what they're all about. They don't shy from what they are. They know who they are, and they accept this fact.
Yeah, I mean, like, and they're just savvy businesswomen. Honestly, like, mind you, I also have a lot more respect for adult models. Period, because I worked at an adult toy store when I was living in Chicago.
That should be a story time.
I would. Yeah, I guess, but
that's after the end Boy 97 tales.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on.
What does cosplay and lazy cosplay end? At Invader Noodles. At Invader Noodles, honestly.
No, I was gonna say nobody knows. Tune in next time on Taviradio SatAM Z.
Next time on SatAM Z.
Tav face finally choked on a hot dog. I don't know.
Tav, are you alive?
No. But anyway, moving on. Let's talk about some dragons, as you were mentioning dragons right now.
Yeah, I mentioned a Toru cosplayer who is also an adult model. Toru's not the only character she does. I think she's been like Samus or something like that. But anyways, and Bulma. Although her Bulma bothers me because she's Bulma from Dragon Ball. And
Bulma from Dragon Ball was like 14. That's weird. But she's going to tell him the power.
Jesus, you know what I appreciate about Bulma from Dragon Ball, even though she's a teenager, is that she knows how to manipulate men.
No, sorry,
right?
She was 17, but still.
She knows how to manipulate men. She's like, hey, this little kid might be a little pervert. Maybe I can get a Dragon Ball.
I want your stinky fanny. Oh.
Or, well, I guess I can get this perverted old man off my ass by showing it. And then realize
there was a scene in the OG Dragon Ball where like Krillin and Goku are like above this volcano. The volcano like slightly touches her bum. They fly up, and then like what she does is that she like does the whole time like thing. She's like, oh
yeah. Bulma's so plucky in the original Dragon Ball.
Oh, Ripper, Japanese voice actress.
So sad. She's so good. I think Bulma might be one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z characters. At least
she's consistently around.
I think I like her less in Dragon Ball Z because of the fact that she's kind of like just a side character. Again, which is why I like Dragon Ball, because Bulma's a more interesting character in that show. I mean, she's kind of a side character, but she's her own thing, and she walks into a room and she owns it.
I like how in Super
she takes charge because she's the only.
In Super, she does that now.
Oh, okay.
In Super, like she's the only reason.
Super's ending, by the way.
They're taking a break in March. Not ending.
Oh, whatever.
Come on, GT can't be real.
GT's not allowed to be real.
You know what? In retrospect,
Toriyama disowned the GT.
Well, this can be another discussion that we'll talk about later.
He doesn't like Dragon Ball Gin and Tonic. Don't you know all those letters mean something? Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball straight. Then Dragon Ball Z stands for Zima. Dragon Ball Zima. Dragon Ball G.
But GT stood for Grand Tour because it was Goku, Pam, and Trunks going to planets. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Which was
going to the Grand Tour, Dragon Ball GT. This
is how the story goes.
I think they were named by the same people.
Yo. Goku, don't give it up. Bulma, don't give it up. Dreaming, don't give it up. Goku, dreaming, don't give it up. Bulma, dreaming, don't give it up. Krillin, give it up. Oh, here's how the story goes.
I treasure the 7 Dragon Balls and
Kamehameha.
This is turning into a mess, but I want to talk about some dragons.
Okay, we're gonna have an earnest conversation about Dragon Maid. So,
we just talked about dragons on Dragon Maid.
No, we're talking about Dragon Maid. I have questions. You're gonna answer them for me.
Okay.
Here's the question.
It's just
All right.
Are you bad cop and good cop, or just bad cop or good cop?
I have a gun.
Okay.
Every time you lie to me, I'm gonna pull the trigger.
And if I tell the truth?
I'll pull the trigger.
If I tell the lie?
I'll pull the trigger.
And if I doubt?
You can go home.
So this is LA Noir?
Yes. I'll put up a very accurate sketch of Tav as a thumbnail for LA Noir. Okay, so I have some questions and some thoughts on Dragon Maid. I'm gonna touch on the dub and the original. Dub,
Luckily, I'm an expert on both.
Okay. Number one. How do you feel about the English dub?
I think, personally, people are going to crucify me. See what I care. I want to die. See what I care. Go buy yourself McDonald's with my credit card. But anyway.
Make Mac Nuggets. Fun for all families. Stop it.
But anyway, personally, I actually saw the dub first.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I was only aware of like certain things because before I watched it, I like to look into what's going on in the manga. So I knew something was up when, for some reason, Kobayashi was like, "I'm not into women now." But in the manga and the sub, she's like, "I don't know, Toru, you're kind of a bad person."
Oh, I mean, well, here's the thing. In the original Japanese dub and in the manga, she pretty much just says,
Toru,
you're into are you sure you're into me? I'm a woman." She's not shutting her down. She's asking Toru, "Are you interested in me?" Because we're not the same species. Because one, we're the same gender. And then in the English stuff, she's like, "I'm not into women." She shuts her down right away. Gives no chance.
I found weird for the dub because I haven't seen it change like that.
And the other thing, here's the thing, like,
wasn't a trap person.
Here's the thing: if it doesn't and if the story goes according to the manga, which is this, burgeoning queer relationship, then that means.
It's pretty progressive in retrospect.
Yeah, it is.
Except for the fact that Toru's a crap person.
Oh, Toru sucks. She's a chaos dragon, so it makes sense.
But Elma's the good girl.
Elma's maybe the. I'll get on my favorite girl, who I think is best girl and who I think is worst girl. Anyway, no, this is still on the same thing. Okay, actually, that's the same question. So you saw the dub first, but you personally don't have any quibbles with it.
I have no problem, other than the fact that all of a sudden it's more of a. When the fact that
here's the thing. Here's the problem I have with the dub. One, it shuts down. Miss Kobayashi shuts down Toru right away by saying she's not into it, which frames their whole relationship as Toru wearing down Kobayashi until she turns her gay. Which kind of sucks.
It was more like...
Which makes her predatory, and I don't like that.
But as opposed to... Because in the sub, in the manga, Toru is more like... It's more like Toru trying to kind of be a better... Trying to learn how to be a better person.
So it
understand humans a little bit
So
more.
It undoes it, because it goes in favor of, I just want to just wear down this woman who I'm attached to for no reason.
Even though the fact that Kobayashi still refers to the fact that she's still not a good person.
Yeah. So there's that. And then the other thing is, and people have said this may have to do with the director and writer of the English dub.
The director's a woman, though.
Again, this is where I'm getting to. The injection of what people would consider SJW-isms, like inserting comments about patriarchy when the original dub had none, or even manga had none, commenting on one of Lukua's attire and saying you should change. In the manga, she's like, "You want me to change my body?" Or it's like I can change my body. No, I'll just change it back. And in the English dub, it's just like, "Oh, patriarchy this, patriarchy that." And some people are saying that might be because the actress for Lokua, who's also
the
director, is just trying to subvert what Miss Kobayashi is about, which kind of shows a maybe fundamental misunderstanding of what the manga is about.
Because in reality, the only thing Kobayashi kind of obsesses about is the fact that Toru dresses like a cosplay maid and not like a legitimate French maid, which is what she wants. And then the fact that Toru's a person. But anyway.
So, despite those problems, you think the dub is fine?
I think despite those problems, dub is okay. Honestly, I didn't notice too much about the patriarchy thing, but looking back
it's because you watched the dub first, and then you didn't watch the subs first.
Watching the sub, I was kind of like, I got woke.
Wait a minute. They're trying to put politics. Wait, you got your politics in my peanut butter.
First of all, I didn't mind the whole like. For some reason, I didn't mind the fact that Kobayashi wasn't gay anymore, and the fact, but I did mind the fact that like all of a sudden I realized, wait a minute, why was Kobayashi going off about her outfit and not just her body?
And then, yeah, and then the other thing, I think the other thing too is that like, to me, it also messes with Lukawa's character, who is someone who's very proud of her body, and just doesn't give a shit. And then this one, just like, I'm woke. I'm gonna talk about patriarchy, blah 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 blah. And it's just like, it's like, look, man. I mean, I'm all for smashing like social norms and all that. You know, I'll go out there and like.
I watched Get Out. I'm here to stay woke.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I watched Get Out. I watched Mother. I watched Mother. I watched The Last Jedi. I'm more woke than you. I'm level 10 woke. Okay, I don't eat anything with a shadow. Oh wait, that's my level of vegan. Sorry.
I want to say like.
It's the same fucking thing. Whatever.
But anyway, next question.
Okay, so those are my problems with it. Okay, next thing about Dragon Maid. How do you feel about Kana?
You cuckold. You sunglasses.
Okay.
She didn't change much for the dub.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the way she's portrayed and her relationship with her classmate. She's like 8 or 10, right, in terms of her human appearance.
Honestly, I'm surprised the fact that Kanan was still. I mean, she's.
I know. Dragon Age is a whole different like thing. Okay, I get it, but she's still technically a child, even in Dragon Ages.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's a thing that I didn't realize was being.
Psycho was gay.
Yeah, well, not just that, but here's the thing I didn't realize that the show was doing that I thought was actually kind of like ahead of itself, which I actually kind of, in retrospect,
Young Yuri Love.
Yeah, actually, like having again another queer relationship in a show that should be is more geared towards fan service.
Here's the thing,
which I think is
unlike the Toru and Kobayashi sub-wise.
Yeah,
I personally do like Psycho and Kanan more because these are children, and they do not know too much about love much. And the fact that
outside of that, they're just attracted to each other, and it just comes naturally to themselves. And the fact that Kanan is still
here's the thing, Kanan only said that she wanted someone, like the fact that she says, "I want someone how Toru and Kobayashi are to each other."
Yeah, because she's a little kid. She's a little kid, and she only sees.
The only love she sees is a crap person and a businesswoman.
But again, considering like their ages too, and like the fact that Sako is kind of like
Sako almost has an idea of what adult love is, but the fact that Kanan's only exposure to love is watching Toru and Kobayashi, even to the point. But here's the thing: she sees Toru and Kobayashi as more like family, which is fine.
But again, she also knows what cuckolding is and knows what like sexual relationships are. Right. So she's that kid in like your elementary school who knows about sex at
they
the
got
age.
the birds and the bees. Or they picked up their older brother's copy of
Okay, I've actually come across children like that when I was in elementary school. Like I remember they had this like weird program where like 6th graders would like sort of tutor or mentor like 1st graders, and the kid I got paired up with was this like little girl who told me one time that she had seen her brother's Playboys, and like, the fuck is wrong with
I was showing you about math. Is that what you were doing?
I'm just trying to teach you how to. I'm just trying to.
Wait, were you the 6th grader in this, or were you the 1st
I was a 6th grader.
Okay, so she's like, I saw Playboys. I'm just trying to teach you math. Okay, I'm not here.
Well, I mean, it came up in a conversation because another classmate of mine who was in the same program was talking to, I guess was like sort of bringing it up, and he was being an asshole. And she's like, I don't know if she said it to try to be cool or something, but that was a thing. So I mean, it's not out of the question in terms of that.
So your question is, should 8-year-old girls be woke? Yes.
I'm praising the show for that, because in retrospect, I didn't see it that way because I was too distracted by the way the fandom reacts to Kana. And also, one problem I have with Kana, in retrospect, I like that the show's approaching young relationships like that, and I give it I give it a slow clap for that. One problem I have with it though,
The Orson Welles gif.
yeah, no, the Shia LaBeouf gif from actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
I still prefer Orson Welles.
I know. I like
frozen peas.
No, here's my other problem I have with that. So, in their play, one thing I noticed that is real fucking dubious to me, and I wish was just not fucking included. So, during the scene where they play Twister,
Oof.
and Kana is rubbing all up over her playmate, there's a scene where Kana is rubbing her butt all over, or her touching her butt to her Psycho's face, and I realized either Kana is not wearing underwear or she's wearing underwear that's too skimpy for someone her age, because you just see cheek. I mean, it's kept pretty abstract, but I know a butt cheek when I see one, and that's no good. That scene would have been fine and okay if you just cut out the scene where you see Kana's butt. Okay?
She's not wearing underwear.
Oh my fucking god!
That's the only thing they mentioned in the manga. She's not wearing underwear. She never does.
Is that because is that a dragon thing?
It's not Giant King because, if anything, Toru's wearing bloomers.
I like that. That's what I like about her.
Because it's a cosplay thing for us. Elma's wearing a thong in her normal
I know that.
her normal dragon appearance. Luke,
who knows what's going on underneath that? But she wears shorts all day, so.
Yeah. Anyway, Kana doesn't wear.
Is it ever explained, or is it just like a thing? Just like because if there's gonna be upskirt shots, I want to make sure that you guys are titillated by this child. but excuse me for a second.
You know. Whoa!
Of course. Oh, that was wonderful.
That was wonderful about gardening.
Good time was had by all. I'm pooped. Yeah, as I get. Well, good Lord, what is going? No, seriously, tell me about what's going on with Kana here.
Okay, so
we're getting into the deep stuff.
Time for some of the Blaze Blue knowledge to come out. I'll bring context to why I gotta bring this up, but in Blaze Blue, the character Noelle Vermillion never gets explicit upskirt shots at all.
Even though her figures have her wearing underwear, is that canon?
Her wearing underwear isn't even a thing. In the games, they explicitly state the fact that she does not wear underwear underneath her dress,
and unless she's a figure, which
as a figure, then
of course, because how could they sell something like that?
I mean,
unless she's like a Barbie doll and just smooth under there. Go on.
I mean, they refer to her as a doll, but
go on.
She does have the parts on there.
Okay.
Anyway, it's a weird Japanese design thing where if the character is known for their butt, but they never show any big explicit butt things, they just kind of tease it, they're most likely not wearing panties at all. They're wearing nothing at all.
Oh God, no!
So Noelle and Kanan fall under that little trope.
You know, it would not have been.
But watch, if you get like a Kanan figure, by the way, there's gonna be a Toru figure coming out soon.
Cool.
It's her like little swimsuit thing. But if you buy a Kanan figure, it will have panties, of course. If you're dirty sick fuck, it'll check. But if pretty much you buy it, it will have panties. I mean, the Noelle figure has panties because it has to, unless it's just a weird Barbie doll. Barbie's complaining when Barbies don't even wear panties. They just wear those mom jeans.
Those are some good mom. Well, actually, to be fair, some Barbies
mom jeans are coming back.
To be fair, some of those Barbies have molded on underwear. You should see Tav's face. It's just like, what the fuck? You can never take them off.
It's like those Calvin Klein underwear. I feel like they're wearing nothing at all.
But yeah, so because here's the thing, it would not be you could have that same scene, and it would even be funnier if Kana was just gave her some good old fashioned small children underwear, like just a pink pair with puppy dogs on it or something. Something
maybe
that's
strawberries.
No, that seems kind of weird now. something innocent, and that scene would still read as being hilarious. Even more so because underwear automatically makes things funny.
That Homer Simpson in his underwear, classic.
Oh God, I see Homer in his underwear. Like any Simpsons character in their underwear is always funny to me.
You see Bart with his dong. Bart with his dong out skateboarding, not so funny.
There's a lot of good butt shots in the Simpsons. See, the Simpsons knows how to utilize.
Dragon Ball's got a lot of great butt shots. Jiren and Super, Goku in the last thumbnail. My favorite picture, I got that framed. I replaced Goten's face with mine.
And smiling, he's like Photoshop it so it's like a thumbs up. It's a good dick that you got. Man, no wonder Chi-Chi is still married to you. There's no other fucking reason.
How did Goku and Chi-Chi do it if in the ones Goku's never made out with her? You think Goku's never got into it? He just kind of lets Chi-Chi ride?
Oh, of course she does. She's in control of that whole situation. Goku has no idea what's going on. He just feels a funny sensation, and then he's like, "Oh well, that was wonderful. Good time was had by all. I pooped."
Yeah. Lord, what's going on there? Super Saiyans, Super Saiyan.
And this time of year,
this time of day, localized in Gohan's room.
Yes. May I see him?
No.
Well, Goku, you are an odd fellow, but you know how to make a good Kamehameha wave. Goku, the house is on fire. No,
yeah, the house is on fire. No, Gohan,
that's just Super Saiyans.
Goku has Krillin over for dinner. Oh, Krillin. Oh, Goku, I found your place.
Goku, Goku, I made it despite your directions.
Oh, Krillin. That's you to come along.
Are you ready for an incredible luncheon? Yeah. Can you eat all the food? No, it's steamed hams, but Goku doesn't burn the roast. He just eats all the fucking food.
Oh,
he still manages to eat all the food.
He's like, unless I instant transmission
to a McDonald's and to a Toriyama burger and pass the food off as my own. Goku, where's the food? Oh shit, I ate it all.
It's coming out.
Let me get it. Damn it, I keep eating the food.
Well, these are Pioneer Goku burgers. These burgers look like Toriyama burgers, Goku.
No. The old patented Goku burgers. Old family recipe for Goku burgers. Yeah.
That we're having fish. The fish you fished last night with your son.
No, I meant hamburgers I fished out of the river.
Well,
these are river burgers. You call them river burgers despite the fact that they are not wet and soggy at all. In fact, cooked fresh. Probably from a fast food grill.
Well, you see... Excuse me for a second.
Yes, of course.
Well, Crow, it's good to have you over. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. That's topic number 3. The topic of Kana. What I like about what I appreciate in retrospect about her and her relationship with her buddy, but also why doesn't she? She's.
It's a Japan thing.
I don't. Well, okay. Here's the
thing.
I
feel like I know what the next question is going to be, and again I'm going to explain. It's a Japan thing.
Still don't make it right.
But I'll try my best.
Okay, here's my. All right, here's the last. Okay, second to last thing. I don't like Lukua in retrospect because she's creeping on a child.
It's a Japan thing.
Okay. Well, actually, I would argue it's not only a Japan thing. It's an American. It's not
an American thing because here's the thing. My guy, old Sunderman himself, it's American trope now that Sunderman tries to touch little kids like
okay. Actually, hold on. I am actually 100% behind the whole American thing because one, it's not the first time. That is actually a trope in Milk Money, but also the movie Blank Check, in which a child gets a hold of money and gets into a relationship where a woman wants his D. Or no, Tom Hanks in Big. Tom Hanks has an entire relationship with an adult woman, even though he's a small child in Tom Hanks' body, or just Tom Hanks.
He wouldn't be such a child to.
And then once he reverts back to his spoilers once he goes back to being a kid again. She seeks him out because she liked the relationship they were in and still wants to pursue a romantic relationship, but says that she'll wait for him until he's 18.
Jesus.
So it's not just a Japan thing; it's an American thing, and you know what it's related to? It's the fact that like the idea is that like, oh, he's a guy, he should love hanging out with giant anime titties. I would murder my family just to get into a Luca Shota situation. Also, his name is Shota.
That's a joke. Because okay, there is a Japanese demon. I forgot what she's called, but she's pretty much this mom. People consider her to be this big titty mom character that will literally fuck little Shota boys. That is straight up what Luqua and Shota's relationship is, to the point where his name is Shota. She is supposed to be that little like trend ghost thing. Why do you think she's a big titty mom looking character? Even though in the dub and sub, Shota explains to people that aren't wacky and whatnot that she's a sister. That she's a sister. Very, very weird sister.
I do like when Shota trots her out to distract his classmates during their sports game.
Find something exotic.
Wait, can you explain the world class joke? When he hands the gym teacher the thing that says world class on it.
You know.
No, seriously. Do you not know what that means?
I don't exactly know what that means, but I'm gonna assume the fact that Luqua states that she is a
foreigner,
a Aztec and a foreigner and an Aztec dragon.
Oh, okay. So she's like I brought her because it's for like foreign history class or world class.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, whatever.
She's also the sister too.
Okay, cool. All right then. So I kind of I'm kind of squicked out by the Luca and Shota thing. And
I do like when Luca and Shota just to sleep with him. Yeah. In reality, it's
gross. I mean, like
in reality, it's just Luca literally just sleeping next to this child, and the fact that he's being smothered, and his dream sequences are him fighting off a sumo. In reality, he's getting handsy. My favorite line in the dub is like when he wakes up from the thing, like Luca was like, trying to get handsy, are we? He's like, oh
no, I'm not.
He's like, I'm not gay, bro.
Also, when she like corners him, is like, I guess I have nothing else to give you but my body. You are a succubus. Be gone.
Shota's just a thought killer in disguise. But anyway,
that's okay. So, all right. So that's which leads me to
my last question.
Who is best? Who do you think is best girl? Who do
Elma.
you think is okay? Who do you think is worst girl? Because for me, it's the toss up between Toru or Luqua. Because
I can't say Toru.
Because here's the thing, I like Toru tries to change, and I give her the slight edge over Luqua because Luqua is shameless. I mean, it would be fine if she was just shameless about the way she is, because like I think the jokes were everywhere she goes, when she puts on a skimpy bikini, she's immediately shut down by somebody who tells her to like have some decency. I think that's hilarious.
Worst girl is Psycho because she's a small child and I cannot go after that. And Conan, I can't go after that.
I'm just talking about like worst girl, best girl in terms of character.
She's just a crap person.
You
have to remember this. Consider this a tier list, but everybody's really balanced and equal to each other. Elma's just above the rest because she's a foodie, I'm a foodie. It works out like this.
Elma is such a pure child, and I love her.
Ball.
I love her so much.
I like the fact that they keep her at the job because she has nowhere else to be.
Also, like how you can just send her away with food. Here's some cream bread.
Don't come back. Okay.
Cool. Nice. And then for me, it's Elma too. Kana's probably second best because she's very pure, but also not so pure.
She got Toru as the influence, but then Tobiyashi's like, come on.
Kid, be a good kid.
Yeah.
Yes, mom. Yes, other mom.
Well, Toru's like a big sister to her because they're both from the House Dragons.
Toru is right above Luqua because at least she has the potential to change, and Luqua only goes bad because, again, her relationship with Shota is disgusting.
But maybe the best girl in reality was Fafnir.
let's talk about Fafnir for 1 minute here. What's up with Fafnir? He cool or he uncool?
I love him.
I love him too. All right, that's all we have to say about him.
I love the fact that
he's the greatest edgelord.
He's the greatest edgelord. The fact that I forget his
he's
name.
The edgelord.
Takia teach care of him. He's just like, I got you that conditioner, non-spicy curry. You got it, dude.
Can we talk about pure
Takia is a bro, man.
Bromances?
He's a bro to him, and I love the fact that Fafnir just enters this world. And he's like,
I haven't seen a pure bromance like this since The Devil is a Part-Timer. That is, I mean, like, Satan shows up, he's got his best friend there, and it's
I haven't
just
seen
like...
a bromance since I saw Carl Weathers and Arnold.
Yes.
You son of a bitch.
You old son of a... Okay, so Fafnir's cool. I guess he's technically the best dragon because next to Elma. We're talking about girl dragons, Elma's the best. We're talking about boy dragons, the only boy dragon. We're talking about Faffy, because that's actually the name of
I think that's
Dave the Barbarian's dragon. His name is Faffy because it's short for Fafnir. Hold on. Did Faffy grow up to be Fafnir, or did Fafnir grow up to be Faffy?
Or did Dave invent a megaphone by tying it to a megaphone? Dave, trying to find a megaphone. Dave, constructing a megaphone from a squirrel and a megaphone.
Some string and a megaphone.
But anyway, that's enough of the Dragon Maid. That's enough of this.
Yeah, so we're going to try to keep doing stuff like this. I know we run a little long, but these are important topics.
I will say this. Fan mail from Grumio Senpai. He says, can y'all talk about JoJo next? No.
We've talked about JoJo plenty of times.
Also, says we don't have JoJo memories.
Because it's a recent one. We can talk about JoJo. We'll talk about JoJo next. We'll split episode in between Legends of M Boy.
N Boy 97's next episode.
Yeah, Legends of the Hidden N Boy 97 Temple. And
hosted by Jaheel White.
Yeah, with a little side thing about JoJo. This for you, Grumio. Alright, you want to call it then?
Yeah, that's enough of that. Tune in next time when
on Dragon Ball Me.